Hi everyone and welcome to my video. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about two products. I'm going to compare between the two of them and they are both initially similar products. The first one, as I mentioned in my October favorites I believe, is the Rimmel Apocalypse lip lacquers, and the second one, which is a product that has been hyped much older than this because this is recently new, is the YSL Glossy Stain, or it does have like a more fancy name, like a Vernis something. Vernis A Livers, which is in French and I really cannot pronounce it. So I'm just gonna go with Glossy Stain because it's easier for me as I don't speak French. Anyway, I have two red colors because I have another shade of the gloss stains, which is coral, and I have another shade of this Apocalypse, which is I think pink. Now let's talk a little bit about superficial things like the name. This is called the Apocalypse, and this is called the Glossy Stain. I much prefer the name of this because it does feel more revolutionary. It does feel like something that you want to buy because it's like the apocalypse, and you are the only one who lasted through the apocalypse along with this because the others they are wearing it on your lips. So it makes your lips kind of deadly or something, which is, very nice. Well, not really nice, but it's very exciting and unique and intriguing, I guess. The second one is called the Glossy Stain. Now it's very basic. It just tells you straightforward what I am. I am a glossy stain, and that's really what it is. So I much prefer the name of this because it does feel like it's groundbreaking. It's revolutionary. The apocalypse. So that's that. In terms of packaging, I must say, sorry, I'm just adjusting the way I'm sitting to make it a little bit more comfortable. The packaging of both of them is really nice on its own for its own reasons. This is really nice because it looks classy. It looks expensive. It looks like gold against black, and then there's like a window which shows you the color. And in this case, it's red, gold, red, and black. It's very classy, very beautiful. The packaging of this one, as the name suggests, it's very apocalyptic. It's very unique. It's very innovative. It's very creative, and just it's really more intriguing than the packaging of this one. But this one looks more mature, more high end, I think. But if I have to choose like between the packaging, I really cannot make a decision because I think that each one of these products is beautiful for really different reasons. I like this because sometimes I like to feel classy. I like this because sometimes I feel like I want to look more, I don't know, like different and intriguing. So these, in terms of packaging, both of them is both of them are equally interesting and beautiful. In terms of the actual scent, I must say that I absolutely hate, I despise, I really resent the scent of the glossy stains. It's sickly to me. I don't want to smell it right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and try. It's sorry, I hate it. It's sickly sweet. I really cannot stand it. Um, it's horrible. It does smell like a little bit of an alcohol drink to me. It's just like a sweet cocktail or something. It's like a super sweet cocktail, and I don't like it. This one smells more like the YSL Volupts liquid lipsticks, like the like the Voluptshine or the Voluptueux or something, and the Rouge Volupts or something like that, which to me smells sickly as well. But this is more understated than the other one. It's not pleasant at all. Don't get me wrong. I really don't like it, but it's not horrible like this one. But I mean, I really don't like either of the way they smell. I just don't like them. That's that. In terms of applicators, I much prefer the applicator of the Glossy Stain. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I'm sure that you've seen this before because it's like a very popular product. It has like a tip, which makes it really easy to get to the cupid bow like area and very precise, which I absolutely adore. It's a really, really nice applicator. I cannot fault it. It's absolutely phenomenal in my opinion. I love the applicator of this. I think that most lip lacquers should have an applicator that's at least more pointy and more triangular. I absolutely love the applicator of this. The applicator of the Apocalypse is also kind of innovative because as you're going to see now, it does have like a dent in the middle. I don't know if you can see, like it's a little bit darker and it looks like a dent. It has like a dent within it. It's like a hole or something that has the lip lacquer inside so that it'll deposit the color evenly on the lips. I mean, it's nice, but I wish that the tip of it was more pointy, more triangular than like an ovalish kind of shape. It's not the worst, to be honest, but it's not the best as well. It's not triangular, and I would like a triangular tip for my liquid lip lacquers or lipsticks or whatever. So that's that. Now, I have a I have a piece of paper with some notes in. I talked about the applicator and how precise it is. I think that overall, in terms of applicators, this one is a winner. The YSL Glossy Stains applicator is absolutely amazing. I really, really like it. Now, in terms of pigmentation, this one goes on fully pigmented. I'm just gonna swatch it on my hand right now for you to see how pigmented it is. It's quite pigmented. So let's give you a quick swatch. Can you see how pigmented it is? It's almost, if it was like a foundation, this would definitely be a full coverage foundation, and this is definitely a full coverage kind of lipstick. Now, in comparison to this one goes a little bit sheerer than the Waffles. It actually goes on quite sheer. But the good thing is that it can be built up. As you can see, it's quite sheer. It goes on more like a pigmented lip gloss. Would go, but if you give it like a minute or two to settle, it will definitely be built up into more like covering kind of coverage or whatever, more pigmented kind of coverage. That's what I'm trying to say. The pigmentation of this is spot on, very pigmented, whereas the pigmentation of this needs to be layered. But if you want to layer the lip lacquer anyway, I wouldn't suggest layering this because this one really never settles. It never settles. It never like kind of becomes one, collides with the lips. It always just sits on your lips, which I will be going more in depth about further. Now let's just reapply and layer what is it? The glossy stain. Sorry, for a minute I just lost the name. Let's layer it a little bit. The coverage is going more pigmented. You can actually layer it to as many layers as you like. I kind of go for more 2. If I feel like I really want a pigmented lipstick, I'll go for 3. But generally, I just like to cover two layers of it. I think that they're fun. Now, what else? Pigmentation. Okay, so in terms of glossiness, as I said, with layering, you can layer this, whereas you cannot really layer the Rimmel Apocalips must not be layered because it's heavy on its own and it's quite thick and it never settles. Whereas with the glossy stains, you can layer as many layers as you want, which is really nice in my opinion because I like it to be easier. And if I want it to be sheer, I can always have it sheer. But if I want it to be like heavier coverage, I can always get it to be a heavier coverage lip lacquer as well, which with the Rimmel Apocalips you really don't have that option. But you know, that's fine. In terms of how even the coverage is, I feel like this does not get it evenly easily, whereas this can get it even, but it's not that amazing at getting even kind of coverage as well. It's not the best at that, but this one definitely is worse than this when you apply it with the first layer. But then when you add on layers like the second and the third layer, the coverage gets more even and the finish gets just better. In terms of glossiness, I definitely believe that the Glossy Stain is glossier. This one, when it kind of dries, the kind of very faint glossiness that it had initially will disappear really quickly. Whereas with the Glossy Stain, the glossiness lingers much more than with the Rimmel Apocalypse. This one settles, this one never settles. This one is thick. You can definitely feel that you have it on your lips, and it does feel kind of goopy, and you feel like you have some kind of oil on your lips, but it's not the moisturizing kind of oil. In terms of how comfortable they both are, I would say that they're both equally uncomfortable for different reasons. This one is, as I mentioned, it feels heavy, it feels thick, it feels goopy. You definitely feel like when you're doing, you feel like there's something on your lips that's not comfortable. But this one is less drying than this. When I take this off, I feel like my lips are almost peeling, which is nasty because this one is very potent. It stains your lips, whereas this doesn't really stain your lips because it just settles there. It just never settles there and just sits like on top of them, like coating them without colliding and without like going a little bit deeper than just the superficial, like the outer kind of layer of it or whatever. I'm going a little bit kind of medical here, but it's really not that complicated. Now, let's apply this on my lips now for the test about transfer. Does this thing transfer? I'm going to apply the Glossy Stain on the right. Yeah, it's the right side. And I'm going to apply the lip lacquer on the left. So let's get this started. This is just the first layer, but it does look nice. It's more of an orangey red in my opinion than the Rimmel Apocalypse. The shades are actually, this one is in the shade 9, which I believe is like a Rouge or a Rouge Laque or something like that. And this one is in Big Bang, and I believe that this is one of the most popular shades because obviously I think it's the only red in the line, which is quite weird because usually reds are very popular shades. Ah. As you can tell, I'm having trouble with the inner corner of my mouth. This won't be layered, whereas this will. I'm just gonna layer it now for you to see the fuller effect of it, because I believe that this is really beautiful when it's layered, but when it's on its own, it's kind of nice, but it's not as nice as when it is layered. So let's layer it. Alright, so as you can see, I have applied both lipsticks on my lips. This one is the Glossy Stain, and this one is the Apocalypse. I really like them both on my lips. I think that they look really nice. Now, let's talk a little bit about transferring on your teeth. As of now, none of them has transferred on my lips, but let's try a little quick tip. Can you see? Let's do it again. It's still transferred. The Apocalypse transfers on your lips easily. If you talk a little bit like in an odd way or something like that, it will definitely transfer on your lips. So that's, for me, it is a downside. I don't like it. Now, let's do a little test on your hands. Does this thing transfer when you try like to kiss your hand or something? Let's put some pressure on my lips and on my hand, like on my lips, my hands. Do you see the difference? This one is the Rimmel Apocalypse, and this one is the Glossy Stain. You can definitely tell that the Glossy Stain does transfer, but definitely not as much as the, what is it called? The Apocalypse. The Apocalypse transfers a lot more. It transfers like crazy, in other words. It really does transfer horribly. I do not like this. Now, let's try. Okay. So, does it settle? No, it never settles. Does it transfer on the teeth? Yes. On other items? Yes. When it comes to the Apocalypse, but the glossy stains don't transfer as much, which is very nice. Does it settle in lines? I do find that this does not settle in lines because it's so thick and so heavy. But when it's fading, as it's fading, I feel like it fades much quicker. Like in the inside, like you kind of get like a halo around your lips, which is the worst look ever. This, when it comes to the glossy stain, I find that it does not settle in lines. It fades evenly, and obviously because of the stain, you still find your lips to be tinted and to be like colored. Settles in line. Okay, now let's remove the lipstick from my hand and see which one has stained my lips better. Keep in mind that I did layer the YSL, the glossy stain, after I applied this. I layered this. So basically this one has not been sitting on my hand as much as the Apocalypse. Let's get this party started. I'm using just a regular makeup remover. Not that it's like a waterproof makeup remover or anything like that. Let's remove the Apocalypse first. It's not the easiest lipstick to remove in my opinion. It has definitely stained my lip, but let's see the other one. Can you see the difference? The glossy stain stained my lips much more than the Apocalypse. Now keep in mind, red lipsticks are the ones that are most likely going to stain your lips. So if this one, which is the only red in the line, has not stained your lips as much as it should, then the staining power of the Apocalypse really isn't that amazing. Then the Apocalypse aren't really that groundbreaking. And if I am going to buy either one of these, I would definitely go for the glossy stain overall, because as you saw before, it does not transfer as much, it's easier to apply, it stays longer, the glossiness stays longer. I find that it wears better, it does not fade as horribly as the Apocalypse does. I definitely prefer the glossy stains over the Rimmel Apocalypse. But at the same time, I'm still not saying that either of these products are bad. Thank you for watching, and if you did enjoy this video, give it some thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and comment down below if you've tried both of these products. Tell me which product you prefer more. I would love to know, and tell me why you prefer one of these products. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you soon. Have an amazing day, and goodbye.